Welcome back. Thank you very much for staying with us. Now, Wits students are vowing to intensify their protest. They're demanding that students with debts of 150,000 rand or less be allowed to register. Students also want the NSFAS 45,000 rand cap on accommodation to be adjusted. Meanwhile, the university says it already has programs in place to help students. Let's speak to Wits SRC member Karabo Motloga. Karabo, good morning and thank you very much for your time. Let's start with developments overnight. Now, last night you were expected to meet with students to give them an update following talks with the university. What is the latest from the university?
Good morning. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity. So on the latest update with the last meeting we had, everything that we had sent to university was declined except for the accommodation side for homeless students. What they're saying is that they are only willing to give us 150 beds, which is still not enough in a list that has almost 1,000 students and more daily that are increasing.
Perhaps for the benefit of those who have not been following the story as it's been gaining momentum, remind us of your demands.
So our demands as the Wits SRC is that the university should allocate 30 million more towards hardship accommodation. This is accommodation for students that have lost bursaries, students that are sleeping in libraries, because of the decision taken by the university to end online classes. Now we have an influx of students flooding in from different provinces, which know where to go. And then what we also demanded is that students who are owing 150,000 or less should be allowed to register. And this comes from a point of we've fundraised as the SRC, we've met the private sector. However, our fundraising efforts, the money was still not enough because student debt is a serious issue, especially within this country. What we have also demanded is that the 10,000 rands rest deposit at Wits should be waived. So we are not saying they must remove it, but we are saying allow students to pay it at a later stage, the same way we do it with registration. Because a lot of students are sleeping in libraries as a result of the same thing. What we've also demanded is that because NSFAS has decided that it's going to cap accommodation at 45,000 rands, and the NSFAS decision is going to ensure that most students actually are in debt. So what we are trying to do is to save students from debt, which the next SRC is going to deal with, and our call is that Wits University must pay the remaining amount.
So are there any conversations, though, with NSFAS at all? Or you've just decided to deal with the university that you have registered with, and whatever decision that NSFAS has taken, you will not be challenging?
So we have challenged NSFAS' decision, right? The Treasurer General has attended all the meetings and the briefings that NSFAS has held last month. And they kept on challenging this decision that they are taking decisions that are not looking at where the university is located. So many times we've been trying to engage with NSFAS, and due to them being centralized in one place, it makes it very difficult for us to deal with the mess.
And then yesterday we saw a statement from management stating that disruptors, which is how they refer to protesters, that they had identified some of the disruptors and suspension letters had been issued. Do you know anything about the suspensions, maybe some within the SRC that have now officially been suspended?
Yes, we can confirm that some SRC members are receiving suspension letters, which is quite sad because meaning students don't have leaders at the moment who are going to represent them in different committees of the university. However, we do condemn this behavior from the university. What they did yesterday is that they invite you to a meeting at 3 p.m., knowing very well you won't attend, and then at 5 they give you an outcome of your decision that you've been suspended.
And then now, do you guys know how long you are suspended for? Will some of those students that are suspended be afforded maybe an opportunity to catch up online? How would it work?
The letter is not detailed for the leaders that were suspended. It's just a bogus letter, but the SRC aims at interdicting the suspension because it was awful. They didn't follow the necessary procedure. It was just the way that they are using to scare student leaders from leading this entire protest that seeks to challenge the systematic exclusion within this institution.
There are reports that we've been getting that there are a number of bouncers, if we can refer to them as that, within the university currently. They've actually hired more. Is this the case, or it's the normal security that you've always had at the university and it's just perhaps a higher presence of police officers?
And I would like to call out the university on this. They have brought in bouncers. Yes, there are bouncers on campus. This is security that we don't know. They are unidentified. They do not have name tags. So should they assault anyone or a woman at that point, there is no way we are going to report them because they do not have name tags. They are unauthorized to be on our campus. They're making us feel unsafe in our own safe area, which is supposed to be safe. The university is spending a lot of money on these bouncers, and we feel as if this money could be donated towards students and improving the student life within our campuses. Currently, they are present all around. They are present all around campus, and even other students fear being around.
Now, there were also reports from the university that some of the protesters were actually destroying public property. Is that the case?
No, that's not the case. The university, I don't know what's happened. They keep on writing bogus statements. They keep on discrediting our work. They keep on producing a good side to them. I saw a statement saying that they spent almost 1.6 billion towards students. And really my question is, if you spent a lot of money like that on students, do you think we would be protesting? Because protesting is not a nice thing at all. It's very traumatic and we go through a lot.
So where to from here, Karabo?
We are continuing to engage with the university, but students right now are looking for answers, and management is nowhere to be seen. They only prefer to engage with the SRC, and we are reaching a point where we feel as if the university must come and face students and give them all these decisions. Because students visit the SRC offices every day looking for answers which the management is failing to give us at this current moment.
All right, Karabo, thank you very much for talking to us this morning. That was Karabo Motloga from the Wits SRC.